Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Yeehaw. You are my person. Mm. That's from Friends, I think. Remember that? You're my person. Yeah, like you're the go-to guy or gal, whatever. Whoa, I have now today's gonna be fun because it's O. Henry, it's O. Henry Pun Day. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Fritzy Report. She's so mushy now. It's just cracking me up. I mean, from the minute she opens her eyes and sees me, she is hugging me and kissing me. And when she's laying in bed and I'm sitting on the edge of her bed and she grabs me and pulls me in for kisses, it's like my back gets twisted and broken. I think that's how I hurt myself. Really, seriously. I think it was getting mama hugs and kisses. Um, but I really want to say this to all of you. I was with a friend the other day who was asking me about Fritzy and telling me how she felt like when I talked about my mother, she was listening as if it was me talking about her mother. And I said, that's the plan because Fritzy has become the every mother. What I get from her is totally what I want you to get. So if you're mourning your mother, if you're just missing your mother, if you never had the kind of mother who would hug you and kiss you and grab you and pull you into her lap, please, please share this with me. Send me a message if you want to have a private little mommy moment with me. But I am very clear that I'm doing this for all of us. Yeah. This is your opportunity to be with your mom again. Even if all it is in your head. This is mom time. Whew. I get myself so emotional when I talk about Fritzy that way. Good morning, Opa. Good morning, Ginny. Oh, Ginny, see if you can give Opa a little hug right here on the live chat. Opa, this hug's for you. Mwah. I wish there was something I could do to make things go smoother for you. Good morning, my sweet Indy. I don't know if it's breakfast time or something, but I've got a dog who's at the door waiting to get out. And that's kind of scary at the beginning of the morning, isn't it? Go sit on the couch. I don't know, maybe I better give him a treat or something. I've got some here. Little teeny dog treats. Sit. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Okay, now he's very happy to be here. It's like, all right, treat time. Yesterday I had lunch with a friend from junior high school and her guy. See, here we go with that same dilemma. It's not her husband, but they've been together for 8 years. I don't know. What do you call him? It's like at our age, it's not boyfriend, girlfriend. It's the chosen one. My person. Oh, maybe that's it. Hi, this is my person. We got some bad meat from the market the other day, and I said I'd take a picture of it and go back and complain and get our money back. And I was kind of envisioning being there saying, hi, no, he's not my husband. No, he's not it's just my roommate. No, my partner. No, we're not in business together. And I couldn't come up with a word, but I like person. I could do that. My number one person bought this the other day. How's that work? Does that work? I could just say I bought it, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, I had lunch with a friend from 7th grade, and it was fun. It was fun. In fact, it was so much fun that we're going to go out to dinner again tomorrow night while she's here with the guys. The 4 of us will go out. And who knows, we might or might not like each other, but it's like so much history there, right? Except there isn't so much history because we went to school together for a year and a half when we were little kids, and now we're all grown up. And I love connections. I love connections or any reason to feel connected. Yeah. And interestingly, one of the things that her person and I were talking about were virtual assistants and how amazing it is to have a virtual assistant. So I can segue right here into Virtual Assistants Day, which is today. So, Tracy, this one's for you. When it comes to VAs, you are the person. She's so organized and does so much, and she's so good, and I just love her. And I was bragging about her, and this guy says, well, I want to hire her. Does she have more time? So I sent Tracy a message yesterday. Tracy, I'm waiting to hear back from you. He wants your number, and I'm going to see him tomorrow. He wants to give you some more work. And now here's the really shocking part. Tracy and I have been working together for what, Trace? 5, 6 years, 7 years? We've never met. And Tracy will not post a picture of herself on Facebook or anywhere else. So I don't even know what she looks like. I've got a picture of Tracy in my mind because I've seen pictures of her as a young girl, and I've seen what her children and her gorgeous little grandchildren look like. So I have this visual image of what Tracy looks like, but we've never met. And we've been working together all these years, and I adore her. Interesting, huh? Virtual assistants, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. It's National Bike to Work Day. Well, since I work right here, that wouldn't be much, but I haven't ridden my bike in quite a while. So I have a bike, but my bike is a kid's bike because I'm only 4'10". And I used to have like a 3-speed racing kind of bike. But man, it was always so hard because it was always so big. It was not fun. This bike is fun. It's a kid's bike, and I suppose I could do tricks on it if I was up into that, but no. And for a while, I was riding my bike almost every day because it was too hot to do anything else. And the tennis courts were closed during the pandemic, but you were allowed to go outside with a mask on. So I put on my helmet and my mask. Yes, I have a helmet. And yes, I wore my helmet. And the farthest I went, I think, was like 9 miles or 10 miles. That's a long way to go when you're not like a serious biker, right? It was so much fun, though. I even had this special contraption that I put on the front of my bike. Oh, yeah. It was called a Starbucks bag. I took my little paper bag from Starbucks and I hung it on my handles, my bike handle, and I put all the stuff I needed right into there. But my bike has a special place for the water bottle. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool bike, right? If I knew how to do tricks, I could do tricks, but no. Indy's a biker. He does serious bike riding. He'll go out for 20 miles and come back. But I can't bike with him because he's so good and he's so fast. And it's so discouraging when he's way ahead of me and he just turns around with his not using his hands. So he's not just riding forward, but he's looking backward and riding with no hands. I mean, I did that when I was a kid, but I'd be too chicken to do that now. Plus, did you know you could fall when you're riding a bike? Yeah. As long as I'm going forward and there's nothing in my path, I'm fine. But the fear of falling is so huge. Yeah. Anyway, what else? What else? What does it say up here? I see messages. You know that girl. Do you know that girl people and boy people have the name Tracy? Good point, Stephen. Do you know that girl and boy people have the name Sandye? Good point, Sandye. I must have said something that meant Tracy was a girl. My Tracy is a girl. My Tracy, my VA, your friend, the person who posts every day right along with me on what do I say, what do I do? That's Tracy. That's our Tracy, and Tracy is a girl. Oh, I see. How can I figure out what she looks like? Well, because I talk to her. And if she's a guy, she has a very, very feminine voice. Yeah. So there, I guess. Okay, enough about bike riding. It is also National Endangered Species Day. Kindness sometimes feels like an endangered species. Let's go for that. This world could use a little of that right now. It is International Tracy Day. I declare it. Okay, that goes on my list. International VA Day. So it's International Tracy Day. Tracy, raise our cups and be upstanding for you. Thank you. All right, let's get to the big business now. It is International O. Henry Pun Day. Now, we did talk about dad jokes. Dad jokes are mostly puns. They are mostly puns. I mean, I read you a bunch of them the other day. What did the buff? Oh, here's some for father and son. Speaking of boys, okay? All right. Here we go. Ready? What did the buffalo say to his son when he dropped him off at school? Any guesses? Any guesses? No? Bison. 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 Get it? Yeah, I knew you would. A kid decided to burn his house down. His dad watched with tears in his eyes. He put his arm around the mom and said, "That's our son." Yeah, that's another pun. I just love puns. Okay. I saw an ad for burial plots. That's the last thing I need. Yeah. Did you hear about the silkworm race? It ended in a tie. Ba-dum-bum. I printed out 100 puns. I'm not going to read them all to you, but oh my God, I love a good pun. That's what dad jokes are. They're usually clean, clever. So this O. Henry pun-off was started, I don't know, 20 years ago, something like that, 30 years ago. And it started at the O. Henry Museum. And the truth is, from what I can gather, that it's called the O. Henry pun-off mostly because the museum agreed to sponsor the contest. O. Henry didn't really do puns, although he did do plays on words. And that's what puns are. You know, he did like The Gift of the Magi, where you had a totally unexpected ending. But that's not the same as a pun. So, okay. So if you go to, I think it's just punoff.com. Let me see if I wrote it down. Yep. Punoff, PUNOFF.com. Normally, the Punoff O. Henry pun contest is today, but because of COVID, last year they did it like on Zoom. I gathered it wasn't great, but it was good, but it had a lot of glitches. This year, because it looks like maybe at least for now, we've got a break that they'll do it in person, but they've moved it to October. So if you write down punoff.com, I signed up for emails because I want to see this thing. Apparently, it is hilarious. They have two different competitions. One where they're, like they do 90 seconds of their best puns. And then one where it's head-on-head competition with people punning with each other, having a conversation. And then they select the winner. I love this whole idea. I can't wait. And I can't wait to tell my nephew because his dad jokes are like the best, right? Okay. Punoff.com. I will leave you on this topic with my very favorite. Okay. It's not my favorite because it's the world's funniest. It's my favorite because it must be because I say it all the time. Pun spelled backwards is nup. And a nup is a nup. Good one, huh? Come on, you loved it. A nup is a nup. Pun spelled backwards is nup. It is also considered, by the way, the lowest form of humor. I don't care, because I think they're really funny. Come on, you do too. You do. All right. If you have any really good puns, you can post them on the side, and I'll put my glasses back on my eyes and I will read them to you. And yes, Steve is also a name for boys and girls. And a lot of times, if your name is Stephanie, they call you Stevie or Steph or Stevie. Stevie Nicks, right? Stevie Nicks. Thank you very much for that. Yes. That's why I spell my name Y-E, right? Because in the 3rd grade, we read stories about a boy named Sandy. It was a boy dog, in fact. So I changed my name from Sandy to Sandi. And then when we moved from Chicago to California, well, to Los Angeles, city to city, everybody spelled their name with an I, and that's how I had changed my name. So in like the 7th grade or 8th grade, maybe 9th grade, I changed it to Sandye so I wouldn't be like everybody else. That was very important to me, and that stuck. So now I can be like Cher. Remember we talked about Cher yesterday? And I can have names that I don't use, but I can have a name where I just use one name and everyone knows who it is. Because who spells their name like me? I mean, come on, there aren't very many. There's some, but there aren't very many. What does it say here? What did the mom cow say to the baby cow? Go to bed, it's past your bedtime. I get it. Pasture. Pasteurize. No, it has to be pasteurize. Pasture. Okay, I get it. I love puns. Opa is a pun? Is Opa a pun? How is Opa a pun? I don't get it. Okay, we'll keep coming back to these puns, I'm sure. Do you mind if I pause for a moment and let Bailey out the door? Because Bailey, oh, you can't see. There she is. There he is. Bailey wants out. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he needs to use the outdoor facilities. Hold on 1 second. Don't go away. Don't go away. Stay right there. Right there. Okay, you're there. I see you. Okay. Bailey's out. I'm back in. Here we go. All right. What else is today? If you want more puns, just ask me. I'm happy to read puns to you all day long. Oh, in 2017 today, that's not that long ago. And I think I was at one of them. The final Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus. The circus closed. Attendance was way down, and apparently it had a lot to do with animal rights activists being upset about the animals performing in the circus. Okay, I get it. But having grown up on circuses, they're so cool. But I will tell you, and I believe it was 2017, the circus came to town and they set up across from one of the big shopping centers in Palm Desert. And Indy and I and my mother and Max, my grandson, and my niece and my nephew and my great niece Ella Schmella, a whole bunch of us went to the circus together. It was awesome. First, we got these awful seats and we were sitting like almost in the dressing rooms. And they were supposed to be ringside seats, and they were, but they were at the back of the ring. So we went and complained, and then they moved us right smack into the center. There were no animals at the circus, none. But it was so much fun. They had these crazy trampoline acrobats, and they had clowns galore, and there was so much to watch and do without ever, you almost didn't realize that there were no animals at the circus. It was like that good. So I'm kind of sorry they didn't like keep that. Opa is a one named phenomenon. Oh, you mean like Cher, right? They can just call you Opa, kind of like Oprah or Cher or Sandy. Yeah. Yes, it is a one named phenomena. Dad joke from Stephen. What do you call a cow with no legs? ground beef. Okay, that's good. That's good. What do you call a dog with no legs? Doesn't matter. He won't come anyway. Thank you, Stephen. I'm enjoying this. How about this one? Please don't make my funeral too early. I'm not really a morning person. Get it? Morning. Yeah. Plays on words. I love words. So puns are just like so delightful for me. Yes. Oh, Opa's groaning. Do you understand that that's usually the reaction to a pun? Is the groan? It's like, how far is the groan from a serious guffaw? Or perhaps a giggle? Come on. I think I'm going to make a list of all the words that have to do with laughter. I'm writing that down. Laughter words. I think that would make a really funny word art. Okay, moving on. Yeah, it was awfully good. All right. I'm getting ready to fly again. Yes, Memorial Day weekend. It's not a long flight, but I still have to go to the airport and I still have to get on a plane, right? I'm not going to lie. I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm going to do it because on Memorial Day weekend, I am going up north to go meet my son's fiance's family. I'm kind of excited about that. You know, there isn't a word for it that I know of in the English language, but in Yiddish, we actually have a word for the family of our family. The family that we're related to by marriage. And it's called my machatenim. You might say it a little differently if you speak Yiddish. I don't really care because that's how I've always said it. That's how I always say it. But machatenim is really cool that there's a word that like includes your extended family. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to go up and meet them. It means I'm going to have to go on a plane. And why am I talking about that right now? Well, I'm talking about that because this is today the anniversary of Charles Lindbergh's first transatlantic flight. That was the Spirit of St. Louis thing that we talked about the other day. We did talk about it, right? That the Spirit of St. Louis is in the Smithsonian. Yeah. So that was today. And in 1932, 5 years later, Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic. It was probably a prettier plane. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Okay. In-laws, outlaws, all within the law. Yeah, there's in-laws and outlaws, but machatenim, to have a word that just refers to them, totally cool. 1881, Clara Barton. I did a report on her in the 6th grade, so she's very dear to my heart. Isn't it funny how am I the only one who I wrote a report on Copernicus, so I still remember Copernicus? Who cares about that's not true. Copernicus was very special, and that's why I did a report on him. And I did a report on Clara Barton. I used to love autobiographies when I was in the 6th grade. I read every one I could get my hands on. Yeah, I just thought, I want to know about this person's history. How about your history? Want to talk to me about it? I listen. I love hearing stories about what got people to become the person that they became. Anyway, Clara Barton founded the Red Cross. Yeah, a long time ago. It wasn't called the Red Cross then. It was the something order of the Red Cross. And then it just became the American Red Cross. Oh, the tennis tournament here at Indian Wells, which I think they call the 5th largest on the planet or something. It's back on for October. They've decided they're going to do it. That's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to go. Maybe by October, I'll feel really brave enough to venture forth into a crowd. We'll see. Oh, we were talking about bicycles before. Oh, because it's Ride Your Bike to Work Week or Ride Your Bike to Work Day. In 1819, the first bicycle was introduced in the United States, in New York City, like everything else. Yeah. So it's like, Bike's a big deal today. Okay, let me see. What did I miss here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ginny says she's got a story about school reports. Okay. Okay. Put it on. What do I say? What do I do? I mean, we all want to know about it. I just remember that my best friend Marita in the 6th grade, when I got to write about Copernicus, she had to write about Brahe. She had to say bra in the 6th grade. It was so traumatizing. We laugh about it today. And it happened in the 6th grade, but she had to say bra in front of boys. It was nasty. Okay. Today's word art, hot off the presses. Oh, and it's kind of like word art, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of like a pun because I wrote success changes many things, but it can't change a tire. Get it? That would be a pun, right? Yeah. Okay. So why did I put that? Because what I notice, especially with younger people, is a success is like a red light. It's a stop sign. A success should not be a stop sign or a red light. It should be a green light. It should be a go. A success should like motivate you. It should excite you to go for the next success. You know, this came about because I had for a while I used to go and see this mentor, Roy. I really like Roy. Hi, Roy, if you're out there. I know sometimes you watch. And I'd been seeing Roy for about a year and working on getting the motivation to keep moving forward and do something bigger in my life. And in a passing comment, I said, well, I remember when I was on Oprah, and he went like this. What? You were what? I said, when I was on Oprah. You mean in the audience, right? I said, no, I was a guest on her show. Wait a minute. You were a guest on her show and I'm just hearing about this now? What else have you done that you haven't told me about? Well, I was in Time magazine. Wait a minute. You were in Time magazine? Yeah. Anyway, we had a big conversation about it. He said I should be sharing that information in the first few minutes that I'm talking to anyone, because there aren't many people who have been in Time magazine and on Oprah and done all of the other things that I did. But my feeling has always been, yes, I did those things. Yes, I was on this show and in this magazine. But you know what? That was then. This is now. What am I doing now? So I talk about you and I talk about being here. And then somehow, if Oprah or Time magazine or Success magazine or certain TV shows come into play, it's like, yeah, but that's what motivated me to keep going and doing what I'm doing and have me here doing what I love doing so much. So don't stop just because you have a success. Nothing is everything. Nothing. Keep going. You know, we joke about the what have you done for me lately? But what have you done for me lately is kind of the way of humans, right? Yeah, I want to hear about what you're doing now. Yes, I am interested in the autobiography about what got you here. What successes or lack thereof got you to keep going so you'd get to the point you're at now. I do want you to pat yourself on the back and accept whatever accolades come with your success. I mean, congratulations, but don't live in there. It's like living in the past to me. Yes, our past is important because it helped us become who we are now, but don't live there. Or that was one of my word arts. The past was a wonderful place, but I wouldn't want to live there. Bump. Okay. That was it for my standing on the, I wanted to call it a shoebox because I'm not that big. Standing on my shoebox to tell you how I feel about success. No, Stephen, I was not on Opa talking about raising tasty chicken. You're making fun of me because our chicken wasn't all that tasty. I know. If we do it again, we'll do it differently. We will have a younger chicken. I promise. Anyway, success is awesome, but let your successes build up into more successes. And today, I wish you a day filled with successes that you can use as stepping stones or as rungs on your ladder to get to the next one, because there's always a next one. Take a sip. Have a smile. Go out there and be successful in everything you do, and use that success to get more success. That's the idea. That's the plan, man. Oh, you want me to put the chicken in a pressure cooker? That's a great way to end the day. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Happy almost weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, we're frozen. Oh, this is hilarious. So apparently we're frozen. I don't know if you can even see what's going on right now, but I pressed end and all it did was put a bar across my face. And basically, I'm still here. Yeah, I know that because I can still see the microphones working. Okay, kids, you can go now. I'll deal with this problem. Let me turn off the lights. Maybe that'll help. Oh, it didn't make any difference, did it? Okay, well, I'm having some technical difficulties getting out of Dodge, but it'll happen. Bye again. Oh, my screen's completely frozen. Let's see. I'll look for other buttons to push. This is going to be the longest I've ever done a video. I'm doing that thing I'm always told not to do, which is push every button there is to push. But I'm afraid if I just end it, I'll lose the whole thing and you. Huh. Well, thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm not really sure what to do, so I'm just going to push a little button that it will at least let me go do my morning stuff and get ready for tennis. See ya. This might be a 4-hour video of looking at my studio.
Campaign, particularly around the debates. What kind of superstitious rituals are we talking about? What kind of things did you do?
Well, first of all, a little bit of context here. I am not a superstitious person, right? I mean, I don't usually carry around a rabbit's foot or, wear the same old socks over and over again because I think they're my lucky socks or something. But what is true is that during the campaign, people started handing me these good luck charms.
Right.
And I write about this. And the first one was this, I think we were in Iowa, and I was out campaigning and sort of